Going on, guys? Welcome, Rabid here, and as you know, we have the 9950X in our hands, and we tested it out in the previous video looking at some hash rates on most of the coins out there. Now today we're going to compare this to the 7950X and the 7950X3D. So the other day here I did take a 7950X as well as a 7950X3D, and I tested them with all the latest miners as well, and now I'm going to put the results together to see how well the 9950X does compare with the previous generation. All right, so here are our numbers. We're not going to run through every single detail here because you can pretty much see exactly what everything is doing. But let's look at the highest efficiency here. And as we can see, it's kind of hit and miss. The 7950X is not the most efficient on any of these algorithms, but it is going back and forth kind of between the 9950X and the 7950X3D. Now, don't get it wrong. When you compare these, they're all actually pretty close together. Where example here, look at Spectre, 213.9. The 7950X3D was 213.1. So 0.8 of hash to watt ratio difference there. Very, very close together. Obviously, higher is better. This is the amount of hashes you are getting per watt of power. So you want the most amount for the amount of power you're getting to be the most profitable and use the least amount of power. But coming into here, we can see Random X, the most efficient CPU, is the 7950X3D at 151.12. It was doing 21.4 kilohash at 141.6 watts. We can see the 7950X here was doing, I tried the PBO minus 35 curve and eco, as well as setting the base clock at 4.5 and 0.93 volts. That was 22.8 kilohash at 170 watts. And then the 9950X, 4.3, which was the base clock at 0.89 is what was stable for me on my lowest voltage. That was 21.2 kilohash at 164 watts. Or the PBO can hit minus 60 curve and eco at 19.4 kilohash and 140 watts. Again, with the 9950X, I think next month when the new motherboards do release them, X800 series, we may see a boost in performance here from the new PBO that's tweaked for the 9000 series. But again, that is still up in the air, and we'll have to see how much those motherboards even cost in the first place. But getting down to it is pretty much the same thing between all of these coins. I don't have Ghost Rider retested on either 7000 series here, so they're blank right now, but I did get it done for the 9950X. It is sitting at 4.8 kilohash. It was pretty much 131 watts on like every single mini algorithm I hit. I think the highest I seen was about 133 watts, and I think one was at like 129, 130. But for the most part, every time I looked at it, it was at 131 watts, and that is a 36.64 hash to watt ratio there. But yeah, I'll update these ones when I get them done sometime here in the future. But going into the price and what CPU is actually best, as you can see, they're all pretty close. 9950X is new, so it has the highest price tag. In Canada here, I believe it's like $960 after taxes and everything. The 7950X is the cheapest of them all. So I would say the best CPU right now to start mining with is the 7950X, even better than the 7950X3D. Now, there are times when you can find the X3D cheaper than the 7950X when it gets on sale. Obviously, buy it when that happens. But the 7950X is $100 cheaper than the 7950X3D, and it isn't really doing that much better. One thing I do want to point out here is I didn't do the efficiencies on Cubic because every week it changes. This week is just a bad week to test. We can't really see anything because nothing is hashing good at all this week here. But the 7950X3D did hit 32 ITs per second, where both the 9950X and the 7950X is only 25. And I believe 4090s are only doing 27. So as you can see here, the 7950X3D is currently the best CPU to have on Cubic, the best hardware in general to have on Cubic this very second. So that's also kind of interesting there, minus dual epics and stuff, but we're only talking about consumer grade stuff here. Anyway, guys, this is the final breakdown of all the numbers, the 9950X versus the 7950X versus the 7950X3D. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section, and the best GPU, or I mean not GPU, the best CPU currently is the 7950X because it does come with the lowest cost by over $100 between the X3D version and like $200 or $300 cheaper than the 9950X. Thank you for checking out this video. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.